the BJP is holding a crucial meeting at New Delhi to decide about the government formation in Manipur. Remember, in Manipur this time, out of the 60 seats, the party has won 32 seats, so they are way above the halfway mark, and therefore they have a majority in the state and can form a government of their own. But government formation in Manipur for the party is not a very easy task. And why it is not a very easy task is because that for example, for the chief ministerial post, there are contenders, so therefore it is not a straightforward choice of the incumbent caretaker chief minister N Biren Singh, who led the coalition government. In fact, Biren Singh was also the leader of the party for the elections. He campaigned the entire state. But however, remember, there are strong contenders, particularly Thongjam Bishwajit Singh, who has been a prominent BJP leader in Manipur, and he was an important minister of the Biren Singh government. And what party sources tell us is that in the last 5 years, at least there were 2 attempts made by Bishwajit Singh and MLAs who are close to him to actually ask central leadership for a leadership change, for a CM change in Manipur, which was at that point of time not allowed by the central leadership. But this time the Bishwajit Singh is actually what we have been given to understand has a fair chance, and therefore perhaps he has been asked to attend the meeting. But it won't be that easy for Mr. Bishwajit Singh, simply because Mr. Biren Singh, who is a far more experienced politician, has also led the party to a victory. Remember, after 2012, when Congress had swept the elections in Manipur, this is yet another time when a political party has got a majority in Manipur, a state which has history of fractured mandates. So this is a very important, crucial mandate for the BJP. The Biren Singh is also credited with the fact that he has been able to bring about a sustained peace in the state. There have been very less bandh and blockades, for which at one point of time Manipur was infamous, and therefore all these factors are going to act in favor of Biren Singh. However, what is important here is that since the party has already appointed observers, central observers for government formation in Manipur, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Law Minister Kiren Rijiju, what the party MLAs want is also important. And sources close to Bishwajit Singh claim that he has support of more than 20 MLAs. So if that is true, then he really is going to give a tough competition for the top post to the incumbent Biren Singh. However, there can be a dark horse. And who is this dark horse? Now, what we are picking up from inside the party, the dark horse can be another seasoned politician, Govindas Konthojam. Now, Mr. Govindas is somebody who had been a seasoned politician, a MLA from Bishnupur for a long time, and he was with the Congress, a very senior minister when the 15 years of Ibobi Singh government was there in Manipur, and then he went on to become the state Congress chief. But last year he switched over to the BJP. Now, what BJP sources are telling us is that Mr. Konthojam is not only a seasoned politician, he is also somebody who has experience of running governments, and also we are picking up that he is close to the RSS, the ideologue for the BJP. So therefore, all these factors put together, if there is a third option, perhaps Mr. Govindas Konthojam might actually be that third option for the BJP in case there is if in case the central leadership actually cannot perhaps find out an option between the first two, which is obviously Chief Minister Biren Singh as well as Mr. Bishwajit Singh, a young leader who also has good following in the state. But we did campaign in the state, and we did see that the Chief Minister also has a good appeal. So this will be a tough decision for the BJP. However, this is not only the one tough decision that the BJP will have to take when it comes to Manipur. Now, if you look at Manipur elections, all the allies of BJP, they fought solo and they fought against the BJP, and some of the allies did quite well. And now it seems that the allies also wants to stay with the government. Already Janata Dal United, which fought after 20 years in Manipur, went on to win 6 seats, have issued a letter of support to the BJP. The NPF, Naga People's Front, which has been in part of the previous coalition government, has also supported the BJP. At least 2 independent MLAs have supported the BJP. So therefore, the central leadership will also have to take into consideration this letter of support and decide whether to go along with the alliance partners, and if they are to be accommodated, how will they be accommodated, whether there would be sharing of power, and if there is a sharing of power, in a small cabinet, how they can be accommodated, given the fact that there would be also a lot of aspirations of party MLAs to become ministers. So this is multi-layered of decisions that the BJP central leadership will have to take before they finally decide who is going to be the next chief minister of Manipur, and whether the party is going to form a government of its own or it is going to accommodate the allies.